Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the Unturned maps, including all the created ones, and of course Belgium, as it is still only just released. Speaking of which, expect to have a beautiful Belgium video tomorrow. I've got something very nice planned, which I'm sure you guys will like. Me and Brad have been working on it for at least 5 hours or so. It's pretty sick. Also, I'd like to say a huge thanks for the support lately, guys. Honestly, the subscribers are going up, and we're getting to 10k. I know we're going to do it, and I really appreciate it, lads. And if this is the first time you're seeing my beautiful face in your display, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. You just hit to the left, hit to the right, and let's go ahead and get started. I should also mention that this is entirely my opinion. Obviously, I'm sure you guys will prefer different maps, and it came very close with certain maps. So even if it is my least favorite map, it's still a very good map. Just so I'd mention that there's no map that I particularly don't like or think is actually bad. So starting from my least favorite, we got CYPRUS. I mean, it's a pretty nice map. It does look pretty good, but I didn't think too much to it, and I didn't really like the colors of the map. I know that sounds a bit random, but that's one of the reasons I like maps and dislike maps. It's like the general color of it. So yeah, I mean, it's still a good map, but just not very up there on my list. And then after CYPRUS we have Greece. I did like Greece a bit more because it felt a bit more flushed out and detailed, and I did prefer the look of Greece, at least in my opinion. So yeah, Greece is a better map. It felt a bit more detailed and flushed out, but still nowhere up there on my list. And then surprisingly, the next map is Ireland. I know some of you are probably going to disagree with me for this one, but I just didn't think much to Ireland. I was quite excited when it came out, but I just don't think it really lived up to it. I think another reason that I don't like these created maps quite as much is simply the amount of time that they stay on. And I wasn't on Ireland that much, so I probably haven't given it a fair share, and obviously now it's retired, so the servers aren't on Ireland. But yeah, I do still think Ireland's a really nice map. Like, I would happily play on it like many times, but you know, it's just not quite as good as the other ones. This one's probably going to surprise a lot of you. YUKON is my next one. I just really like the snow, and obviously it's a very individual map, and you've got to worry about your heat and your, like, whether you're sheltered or not from the wind. And I do like the look and feel of YUKON. It's just so individual and truly feels like a survival game. Like plopping from, let's say, Hawaii to YUKON, there's just such a big difference, and YUKON's just hard to ignore, and I do feel like it's an underappreciated map. So yeah, YUKON is a great map. This is a map that I made Paris Has Fallen on, so you all know what it is. It's France. Beautiful map, very detailed. I love the Eiffel Tower and the custom items. Brilliant map. Like, don't get me wrong, it is an incredible map, but similar to the other ones, I didn't exactly play on it anywhere near as much as the top on this list. But yeah, I do think created maps should be kept and not retired. I just think that's a bit ridiculous. And then we got an all-time classic. The first map on Unturned 3.0 is PEI. Honestly, I think the only reason PEI is so high on this list is just because of the amount of times that I've been on PEI and all the flashbacks I get when I'm on PEI. It's just such a classic map. It would just be disrespectful to put it down lower on this list. You know, it's a brilliant map. Obviously, it's an official map, and it's just never really going to go away. It's aged pretty well considering how much Unturned has changed. I made a couple movies on this one as well. We got CARPAT. I did really like the misty fog area on CARPAT. I think it was at the top left area of the map. Like, I built a fence across for some movies, and that area looked absolutely sick. I loved all the clothing and stuff that came with CARPAT as well. And yeah, it just gave the game another feel, and it took Unturned to a region that it hadn't really in previous maps, and so I did really appreciate the switch up with CARPAT. Very, very nice. And then we have another official map. We've got the big boy Germany. Brilliant map, very big. I did my 12-hour live stream mostly on Germany, so obviously I've got a lot of hours in Germany. The brilliant map, very detailed, and it just feels very flushed out, and I love the mountain, the high peaks that you can look down, and it's got a proper sense of scale and feels a lot bigger than most Unturned maps, and I really appreciate that. Fun fact, this next map was actually the first map that I played RP on, and it was like this little town at the bottom right of the map, and so I think you're going to recognise it. It's the classic Russia. I absolutely love Russia. It's a brilliant map. It's nice and big. You've got plenty of space to work with. I love the colour and like the autumny section. I love the firewatch towers. I love all the items and vehicles that came with Russia. I think Russia definitely deserves to be way up on this list. I really like Russia, honestly. You cannot go wrong with Russia. And obviously I've got a lot of memories on Russia, and it's just been so high up in my list for so long, and I keep coming back to Russia despite all these other maps and workshop maps, etc. It's just a brilliant map. Another map that I keep coming back to is Hawaii. Similar to YUKON, Hawaii really gave the game another feel, and I felt like it was something really, really new when it came out. And that was like at the boom of normal RP, and it had like water parks and stuff, and it was really sick to play around on. Just a brilliant map. They're all brilliant maps, to be honest, but Hawaii, I love the yachts on Hawaii and the water and the palm trees and mini islands. So much stuff you can do on Hawaii, including build a private island like I did in a previous video a while ago, so feel free to check that out if you'd like. I was pretty darn proud of that construction, and thanks to Tiger for helping me build that. It did take blimming ages. And then we got a very recent player in the Unturned maps. It's the Beauty, the Beast. One of my favourite maps of all time already, despite how long it's been out. It's Belgium. I am really liking exploring Belgium, and me and Brad were doing like all the quests in Belgium, working on that today, and I am really liking the look of Belgium. Obviously you got that hidden like hole with the NPCs in that we found. Very, very cool map, and I love the similar to Russia like olive green colour scheme of it, and it is a very large map as well. It's got a lot of stuff that I'm still yet to discover, and I'm looking forward to finding all that out. So yeah, very good job people who made Belgium. I'm loving your map, but the map above this, I'm sure you'll understand why it's above this, so you know, no disrespect. And then I'm sorry to be predictable, but my favourite map of all time is Washington. Honestly, this is the only map that I just play on all the time. The map that I'm like, oh no, not this map again. It's just Washington. It's brilliant. It's just so simple, and it's the map that you'd play on back in the day. It's the map that I've probably easily got the most hours in. The colour's really nice in Washington, nice and simple, and it's just like the perfect mix of water and island, and I love the colour of the grass, and it's just a brilliant map. And then obviously you've got Seattle, which is like the RP paradise. Honestly, if you've ever been on like a popular RP server, you'll know how laggy Seattle is, just because everyone wants to be there. Honestly, it's brilliant. Brad's RP is on Washington right now as well. But yeah, there we are. I've ranked all of the Unturned maps. Obviously comment down below which you think are better, which you think are worse, whatever. I'm really interested which you think is the best map. So seriously, just drop a comment down below, and maybe a cheeky like if you're feeling extra spicy. And if you're somehow not subscribed in a way at the end of the video, then just make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video.